Good evening and welcome to another scene in Darkness in Dublin. And tonight, we start our scene in a homely, quite large Irish pub. It's coming and going normally, normal evening. There's a lively mood, a lot of, drinking and, general mood for a quiet and peaceful night with friends. And one person will enter that normally doesn't go out to bars, really. Emily is wearing, what most women would consider not really going out in, but these are very, very fancy clothing for Emily anyway. She will just enter and she will just go up to the bar and just have a look around, and she doesn't speak to anyone. She just walks around and just seems to look at people, and the odd person that will just come up to her and talk to her, she will bumble and blurt something out and excuse her, and she will find a table and she will sit down in a corner somewhere.
All right, Spud gun. Right, I've just got to get his hunting dice roll just out of the way. Just to go with the new rules that we're using now. Oh, if it would help if I actually added the space in between. Even without, I don't think a specialty would apply to this, but either way, that's 6 successes minimum. So yeah, I'm going to presume that Spud gun is like fully sated. Even if he didn't have like the God, what was that merit? The one that efficient digestion. Even if he didn't have that, he would still be sated. But yeah, he'll probably just like walk into the bar for reasons which we can, make up as we go along. Mainly because
maybe he's been following Emily.
That's reasonable. I mean, it's always good to follow up on someone that you know. But yeah, with his heightened sense, I say heightened senses. With his exceptional senses, he will probably, I'll just say, offhandedly, he'll be able to pick Emily out in the crowd as they sat down.
That doesn't take any sort of supernatural sensing.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Emily is thick with a double C.
She is. She stands out. Let's just say that.
Yeah. What? Sorry?
No. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I thought you said she stands up.
Oh, she stands out in a crowd.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. And by what I meant by thick with a double C, that wasn't intended to be crude, but it probably will end up being interpreted as that.
Yeah, anyway, I mean,
I wasn't even thinking of that in particular when I said that.
Well,
but anyway,
depends. But yeah, she is. Actually, Emily is tries to what normal humans would consider talking small talk with some guy, but she ended up. You will notice that he seems insulted somehow, as she probably said something off, and she will just go over and sit down in a corner, just
Spud gun with his hands inside of his long black leather trench coat, because we're going old school 90s 90s vampire here. And yes, that's an interesting wall of text that you just dropped.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, With his hands in his pockets, he will then just like stroll over to Emily as she's in the corner and just flat up, just sit down in one of the chairs quite closest to her. Not really looking at her, but more looking towards like the entrance to the bar. Sort of like offhandedly, like look over towards her and then look back. Not your type, eh?
Hey, Spot. No. Well, I don't know. I said something stupid. Of course I did. Like,
What, you ain't hungry?
well, I mean, um, I normally don't. No, no, no. I'm not. I'm not hungry. No.
All right.
What
You
am
know,
I
it's
talking
a
about?
quite a simple thing just to tell him to fuck off, you know?
Well, I was thinking of. Okay, I mean, I could drink, but it's fine. It's
Come on, spit it out.
no. It was just he looked tasty.
No
So
judgment here.
I just think he looked like it wouldn't really like I could drink from him. It wouldn't be a problem. He was a bit big and probably high blood pressure, but the looks of him.
I don't think it really makes a difference, in honesty. I mean, I never talk to anyone who's a bit of a connoisseur, or whatever the fuck that means. But I don't notice any difference between one person that you drink from and another.
She quiets down but looks around, making sure that no one's hearing her or them really. She just leans into it, just says, "But wouldn't it make more sense like if you had high blood pressure, of like, drinking from that guy because it would lower his blood pressure?" And like,
I don't fucking know. What I'd care is that I'm the
right,
one
sorry,
that gets what I need at the end of the day, or end of the night.
but to, right, right. Sure, you've done this for longer than I have. It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Marcus, if you want to come in.
If you guys are, if you lot are paying attention, you'll see a very like Littlefinger, Peter Dinklage in a gray suit, sitting across from another individual. They both have laptops open, and they seem to be typing to each other. They don't speak or anything; they're just typing. His stature, he's 4'5". I don't know what that is in over there, but he's 4'5". And they finish the exchange. They close the laptops, and the other individual leaves. And the smaller man, he has the most satisfied look, like this big, shit-eating grin on his face when the transaction is over. And he's at that point he's just kind of relaxing. And, if any, yeah, that's the only thing odd that you notice about him. He doesn't really speak or anything. He just goes back to the laptop and just smiling maniacally to himself.
Yes, Budgun just kind of like quirks an eyebrow and then he'll kind of like lean over towards Emily, placing one hand over the side of his mouth as he like whispers to her. You know you're in Ireland when you see a fucking leprechaun.
Um, she laughs a little, and she just wait. You're, isn't that kind of rude?
Only if you say it to the face. Besides, do you have anything against short people? Because I don't. I mean, look at me. I'm 5'10".
I don't really think about it.
Like taller than me, aren't you? Stand up. How exactly tall are you besides me?
I don't. I haven't noticed. A little bit taller.
Well, there you see.
But like, so yeah, it's really like um. I mean, he seems to be having a good night, but I don't know. We shouldn't stare or anything. Like,
Nah, it's rude to stare.
so if you've been up to anything lately,
Keeping me ear to the ground.
that's good. That's
I
good.
think there's a lot happening in the city that I don't know about, and I'd like to try and find some way of remedying that.
Well, apparently someone um, took a shot or stab or something at the Camarilla top or whatever you want to call it.
Well, don't look at me. I'm innocent in this.
Yeah, I don't think so because it was like mercenaries or something, like military, paramilitary guys, quite heavily armed, but I mean they got fucked pretty hard. So
Well, you have to look at me for trying to find out who's responsible for this, but I do think I could get interested in finding these villains, if you will.
um, really,
Aye.
but what? She looks a bit puzzled at you. Why would you? Why would you want to help? Isn't that like not what you're? And she seems to just either not put it into words or something. She just looks at you.
I don't know what you mean, lass.
Aren't you like aren't against the Camarilla thing?
Just because I want to know who these people are doesn't mean things haven't changed all that much. Besides, what's your take on it?
My take? Uh,
Aye.
she just shrugs. I don't know. They seem friendly, but I doubt that's real. I doubt it's. I'm thinking it's not, and I think they're pretty much like psychos, all of them. But like, I don't know. I still honestly don't understand too well. I know certain things now, but I'm still learning. I mean, I don't know. I I don't know much about what to think of any of this, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Well, you soon develop an opinion of it, one way or the other. It's not like we really get a choice.
Right. Emily seems to get a bit more nervous than she normally is. I I think they are um useful. I think like if you do stuff for them, they do stuff for you. Like I don't know.
Yeah, the whole, what do you call it? reciprocity or something. I don't know. That's a good thing, but some people have more to demand of you than others.
Right. Right. Okay.
Not always because they earned it. Nor
Are you two like speaking in low tones, and you said a few of the vampire buzzwords basically out loud?
yeah, we're doing it in low tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a private conversation at this point.
But if you're looking around, you will notice at least one, if not both, of these people.
Yeah, they're pretty out there.
Well, I mean, Spudgun is his own thing, but Emily is.
Spudgun looks like Keith Sutherland, a very young Keith Sutherland.
Of course, from Lost Boys, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, and Emily
Blame
is.
Evan for that.
And Emily is fairly tall. I think it's converted to 6'2" ish.
Jesus.
So
yeah,
she's
she's
a little bit taller than a normal man. So she's built like a fucking like she's fairly well built. For a woman or girl or yeah. Like if you just look in her general direction, she looks nervous or on edge somehow. You don't even need to take a roll or anything. You can just see that.
Well, seeing as how my character is, he's finished up with this thing, and there's nothing interesting other than you two, because y'all ain't just don't scream regular. he does kind of he saunters over to the table, and he says, "Please to excuse."
and just gives them an odd look. I thought you say, man. And it's quite obvious there is a very strong Irish accent.
Please to excuse me. Yes.
All right, you're excused.
All right then. I am Dionisio. I am new. I have heard there are words you have used. They are of interest to me. May I join you, please?
Sure. The woman just looks to the other guy just quite intently.
He goes,
She does not seem content with you sitting down, but she doesn't say anything against it.
He goes, let me to either reassure or make sure you send me away. I will show you something, and it will be something that you see that will make you think, okay, yeah?
All right.
He has a lapel pin, and he turns it over, and you see he's like, "Hi, I'm a Setite."
Emily, it does not look to clear her in any way. She looks very confused at you.
Spudgun I'm assuming that Spudgun's already familiar with these particular clan symbols, and he'll just kind of like lean his head in slightly, squint his eyes, and he'll just sorry, excuse me, I did mention I had a cough. He'll just kind of like then lean back in his chair, and well, neither of you speak Gaelic, I'm presuming, so
no.
All right, so yeah, he'll just sound like he's saying something in Gaelic, but you can probably tell by his tone. He's almost laughing. It has like a semi-laugh to it, but you know.
Yeah. So what he'll do? He goes. Thank you. So I may join then. Yes, I have passed initiation test. Yes.
Wouldn't exactly say that, man, but we can at least talk.
Good. I am glad to have met you. I was sent here. Am new, but he does English is not his first language. Put it that way.
Okay, neither is Spudgun.
But you can tell it's probably something Iberian, either Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, so here's how I work. I propose, and then you maybe take proposition, yeah?
Depends what you're proposing.
I am
Usually
glad.
I make propositions on my own, but the result is always the same.
Oh yes, yes. You seem like that type. I am not so much. Very small. No, no. Here is the deal. Um, I happen to have a certain skill set which allows people who have little money turn it into bigger money. Yes, this is what I do. I manage accounts, if you will. So, um, I would, here's my card. He gives you each of you like a way to contact him. He's got them in his briefcase, and I would, if you would not mind, please tell people that I am here in town and I offer my services.
And Spudgun will take the business card, look at it, look at both sides. I suppose I've got to ask the question. Does it have a watermark?
No,
You fail me, good sir. You fail me. Yeah, Spudgun will just like look at it both sides and then just like pocket it. Right?
he does actually have the 1 point rep merit as an expediter and moneymaker.
All right.
Also, I would pay handsomely for certain piece of information.
I don't know if I can help you with that, but depends what you're asking for.
You see, in order for me to perform my business, I need to know little bits of what is going on currently. As I have newly arrived in this place of no sunlight, I, is joke.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is winter.
um, I do not know what is happening, climate, if you will. So if you could tell, I could probably reward.
And Spudgun looks over towards Emily.
She leans over to Sputgun. Do you know who this guy is?
And he puts one hand over his mouth. Not in the fucking slightest. But you know more about what's going on here than I do, so why don't you collect this one?
But like he doesn't he's not he's immortal.
I am right
No,
here.
he isn't, man. No, he isn't. Like
Oh.
us. But just be careful. He's a bit of a snake, like
Literally.
literally. Like,
Oh. Okay.
like how you are with animals, but him very specific.
Oh. Okay. Um. Okay. So, climate. What exactly are you thinking of?
I like to move money to this and that, and I like to help people make more money. In your experience in this place, is that something that is going on? Do you know of anyone who could use said services? Places to send me right direction. A name, if you will.
I don't know lots of people, but I mean, they're like, I think they're well off as it is. I don't know if they. I mean, I don't know. I have kind of a. I mean, I do all right for myself. I have quite a few things to take care of, really.
I can also acquire things that people cannot get rather easily.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we've just gotten. She leans in. The city has just gotten a new sheriff.
Ooh, he might need armaments.
Right. I mean, I think I have his contact, like normal contact information. I think I have an email somewhere. Hang on. And she picks up her phone, and you will get an email address.
Oh, well, that is most helpful. Now, what would you like?
I don't know. I mean, you said something about like money and stuff.
Yes, I'm very good with money.
I mean, I don't know, like some sort of deal. Like that could be good. Like some help with that.
Could you be more specific?
Well, I mean,
This word means specific. This is the right word, yes?
yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. She kind of pauses. She says, "Actually, when you say you could get equipment, what kind of
Yes.
stuff are we talking about?"
If it can be, if it can be found, I can find it and get it here.
What about like um, tactical armor?
You wound me with something as simple as that, but yes, I can.
Well, that um,
As long as legality is not an issue for you.
what? Oh, right. No, that's not. No, that's not a problem.
I would hate to infringe upon anyone's sensibilities with my acquisition.
No, that's not a problem.
Is a good deal, yes.
Yeah, I need something. I mean, that could be inconspicuous that I can wear under like clothing.
Not to be disrespectful, but I would need very specific measurements.
Uh, I think I. She thinks about it for a moment. Again, she looks at her phone, and she, like, I'll. Do I? Can I send you the specific measurements?
Do you happen to have them on hand?
I'm not. I don't think so, but I'll send them to you, like on an email or something.
My card has my contact information. If you
Oh,
were
right.
to
You
send,
gave me a card. You gave me. Oh, right. Sorry.
were you
Yeah.
to send me the size and shape of what was needed, I could acquire it for you.
Uh, thanks. Um, thanks a lot. Um, yeah. Um, um, thanks a lot. She looks between the both of you. Looks to spot gun. Um, so you've just gotten here.
Of course.
So you're what side are you on? Or
My own.
oh, right. Yeah, I guess. But you know, she leans in like Anarch or Camarilla.
Neither. Both of them make excellent business partners.
What do you mean neither?
I mean neither.
Aye.
Hmm.
Neither.
Is that even an option?
Aye, but only for very special, or perhaps. Oh, I don't want to insult our friend here, but
No, please be. It is fine.
well, some people might call him undesirable, but I've found that such prejudice can be ill-founded. After all, what is prejudice but the sign of a closed mind?
Right. So it's like he's special. Okay. Okay. I mean,
I suppose you could say that in one side or the other, they're either a minority or a second-class citizen.
that's bullshit.
I know.
She kind of just shakes her head. And she looks to him and just, so, right. Thanks, but is it because you're, you called it snake-like or snake thing or what?
I espouse a very specific religion. That specific religion, it also belongs to a very specific clan of group, if you will, of people with our similar affliction. Now, it has been stated in the past, and maybe people have had very negative experiences with those of my kind. However, they have never had experiences with me, so they do not know me. However, they will judge me on those previous experiences. These things happen. It is the world we live in. I do not hold it against them.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Well, I'm not religious myself, so right, but I get it.
But you're a lapsed Catholic, right? And Spudgun does kind of give a very ironic look towards Emily. You know he's not being totally
No.
serious with this.
No, I am not religious.
Aye.
Wait, are you Catholic?
Who, me?
That's why I said lapsed Catholic, lass.
Oh, okay.
Like pretty much everyone in the country is.
I suppose. Well, you are Irish.
Aye.
Yes, I suppose.
I mean, if I lived up further north, I'd probably be Protestant, but no.
I was Catholic at one time.
I imagine so. There's a lot of your lot down, down near the Holy See, I think.
So, if is there a service I can perform for you? He looks over at Spudgun.
Maybe not, but maybe there's a service I could perform for you if you're someone with a bit of muscle.
People with muscle need equipment. Do you have any?
Not as such, but you could say that I'm at a point where there's a lot less equipment needed. I'm very low maintenance like that.
Ah, you're a melee fighter then.
Well, when you get to the point where when you can cause more damage with your bare hands than most people can do with knives or guns or things like that, you start to get the impression that maybe it's just one less thing you need to pack when going out on the job.
In a really really okay, Irish accent, he says, "But son, some things are bigger than one person, and those need special kind of gear."
Aye. That's true. And Spudgun kind of leans in. But last I checked, we haven't had tanks rolling down the streets of Dublin for a good many decades.
That's true.
I mean, not since Michael Collins came out with the the originals, the old school. And even then, it was a kind of just a big uproar. But
He
the
he
end,
just
the end,
Hmm.
but the end result was all the same.
Suffice to
We
say,
won.
in my dealings, individuals have been contacted. I'm aware of certain dealings. I'm aware of and have access to certain things.
I do think that there's some things that we could probably make an arrangement on, but I think we can probably sort that out when we have something specific that we need.
Indeed, specificity is very important in our businesses, is it not?
Aye. But I'm glad that you came down here nonetheless.
Where there are people that I can help, I find myself. It's odd.
Aye. It's good to make yourself useful.
It keeps ennui from setting in, I think. I find.
Makes existence a bit more interesting and all.
Boredom can kill us faster than, well, the other things that can.
Aye.
Right. So it's it's been nice meeting you all, or both, and well, again. And but yeah, I have to get going. I have a thing I need to yeah. Um, but it's been fun. I'll get those measurements to you as soon as possible.
Please do.
Right. And Emily will get up and we'll begin. She will not say anything else. She'll just, you know, exit the bar or the pub.
And seeing as how he was, wanting to, he's passed out the information that he wants to pass out. He looks at Springer and he goes, "Please contact me soon."
Aye, I will.
And he does the little man dangle out of the chair, the seat, grabs his laptop case, and he also heads out.
Then Spud Gun, for his part, he will go off and, well, he'll find a quiet place and a dark place before he'll drop into Obfuscate and then do a Superman thing.
Thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.